Here we are, it's NFL Trip 2019. This time we're a little closer to home than we normally go as we are in Houston, NRG Stadium. It's the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are ready for some football. Can't wait to come. It's been a long time since I've been to Reliant Stadium. NRG Stadium. I still think it's Reliant Stadium. NRG sounds like crap. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, here we are. Actually, no, we're not. We're on the little Metro Rail tram, and they're going to shuttle us over to NRG Stadium. It's just after 10:30, about an hour and a half from kickoff, the perfect time to get to NRG Stadium. So we'll go check out their Bud Light Plaza, where they do all the little partying and fun stuff before the game. Check out the stadium and get ready for what should be a really good game tonight. So welcome back. It's been a while. Mom is here. Wifey's here. She got her collectible visor for the game. This was her late father's favorite team because he lived here in Houston. So she finally gets to come to a game, something he never got to do. So I've been to many. It's just been about 10 or 12 years. So let's ready for some football. Check out the tailgates. I wish you could smell it. Oh, it's Texas barbecue all over the place. Just, awesome. Keep in mind, if you go to an NFL game like this one, we had to show our tickets just to get into the tailgate area. It's a new policy. It's different than college. You have to have a game ticket to get into the tailgating area. There's been, some fans like it, some fans don't, but that is the NFL policy. So keep that in mind if you go to an NFL stadium. Tailgating is great, but you got to have a game ticket. Now, if you're not familiar with Houston, check this out. Here's the Astrodome, the eighth wonder of the world. Incredible building back in its time. I got to see a game here when my small 3A football team, when I was in 7th grade, played and won a state championship here in 1991. Incredible experience at the time. But you got to, and Google your own history. The Colt 45 started here, eventually Houston Astros, and the Houston Oilers, of course, played in there. But you've got to keep in mind how big and how just massive of a building this was for its time. It was, I guess, a new breakthrough in stadiums. Selena performed here. A lot of other people, of course, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. But check this out in a minute. I'm going to show you the difference in size between the Astrodome and NRG Stadium. We're fixing to walk right by it. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera up here. Here's the Astrodome here, and then there's NRG Stadium. I mean, holy crap. Seeing it from the road when you're driving in, or seeing it from a distance from the Metro Rail, where we caught the rail, just two completely different sized buildings. You got to think about what that means for modern times, because the Astrodome right here was huge back when it was constructed back in the 60s, and now it's dwarfed by that. NRG Stadium used to be a Reliant Stadium. It's hosted 2 Super Bowls. Of course, it hosts the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is very famous. I lived here for 8 years and used to come all the time, so it's good to be back. Can't wait to get in the stadium. But just thought you'd like that little piece of information. Astrodome, NRG Stadium. Like comparing a flea to a cockroach. That's a horrible analogy, but I don't know. So, bag policy. Show me your toy. We got gifts. Very nice. Very nice. Here we are. These are not our seats, but I'm going to come take a look. I like doing this. Interesting bit of my history. Again, I used to live in Houston for about 8 years during the early days of the Texans. Came to a lot of games. Saw Jacksonville every year just about. Matter of fact, my first Texans game was their first year and their first home game against the Jaguars. Jags won that 24-21. Also got to see the Titans come in and clinch the division on the last day of the regular season here. Pretty neat experience. Team wasn't very good that year. Obviously, they're an expansion team, but came back a couple years later, 04, 05, I think it was. Jacksonville was in town. Byron Leftwich was a rookie, and he made his first NFL start that day, and he played pretty well, and it was a great game. David Carr won the game on a quarterback sneak on the last play of the game. They decided to, with 3 seconds left, to go for the win instead of a game-tying field goal. And I was sitting on the second row, about this level. I believe I was on the other side of the field. I think wherever the review replay booth was on field is where I was sitting. But, I mean, look at this view. This is nice. Very nice stadium. I believe this is the visitor's sideline here. So that particular game, I was sitting right over there. I believe that's where it was. Still, pretty awesome seats. Gonna head back up, and we're gonna go to our seats. We're up in section 640. So about a little less than an hour away from kickoff here. Jacksonville and Houston, week 2 of the 2019 NFL season. All right, we've made it to our seats. I'll show you the view here in just a second. But of course, what you gotta know is we are trying the food. Nachos and wings, Texas style. We're doing it. We're in Houston, Texas for the Houston Texans, week 2 of the 100th season of the NFL. It's the Texans and the Jaguars today. Kickoff in about 36 minutes. Should be great. They'll start some of the pregame festivities here in about 5 to 10 minutes, so that should be pretty cool. Take a look. Here's the view. Spin it right around for you here. Big old jumbotrons on each side. I love this view. I love sitting high. I love being able to see everything. Jaguars to the left of the screen warming up. Texans to the right. I think I can zoom in. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Check it out. Some of the defense warming up. Looking for number 93. That would be Calais Campbell. There he is. Just turned his back to us about the 3-yard line by number 55 there. That's Calais Campbell. Some of the receivers warming up. I'm looking for number 15. That would be Gardner Minshew II, making his first NFL start today. That's why I brought up the Byron Leftwich first start game from a long time ago. But I get to see the Jaguars again in Houston with a rookie quarterback making his first NFL start. Last week, Minshew came in for Nick Foles, who broke his collarbone. They were hosting Kansas City, and Minshew set a lot of records with this. He was 22 of 25 for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. For a rookie in his first NFL game, first appearance, that is incredible. Now here's the Texans. There's Deshaun Watson just through the pass. And his backup right there is A.J. McCarron, who played for Alabama under Nick Saban. Had a couple of classic battles with Johnny Manziel in 2012 and 2013. right, so we are just about through with halftime. Been a scrappy defensive ball game, 6-3. What's that? I know, man. I'm trying to.
I said something. I said, "Who is that? You look that good."
Thankfully, there's filters. We gotta have to use filters, but Texans have a. Oh, love it. 166 yards for the Texans, only 94 for the Jaguars. Not been a lot of offense in this game. 6-3, the Texans lead. Most of the Jaguars' offense came late in the second quarter. Fournette has about 40 yards rushing. I don't know exactly. It's a defensive, hard-fought game. The second half should be pretty entertaining. So, having a good time. Saw the Prairie View Marching Band at halftime. They're always great. Here we go. Having a good time with the fans up here. About ready to start the second half. About another minute and a half to go. All right. Great experience at NRG Stadium today. They're in the fourth quarter. We're leaving a little bit early. We typically do. But it's 13-3 Texans. They got a sack fumble. About the 10-yard line of Jacksonville, and went for it on 4th and 1 from the 2-yard line. That's what it was. And Deshaun Watson took it for a touchdown on the play. That made it 13-3. So we're out of here, hanging out with the cookie. Great stadium, great game experience, great fan experience. Wasn't a full house today. Wasn't sold out, but the atmosphere was great. Fans stayed in the game. Kind of had a lull to it because it was a defensive struggle, but if you like defense, it was a great game. So I just like football. So we're out of here. Another great NFL experience. I'd like to say we're going to get at least one more in before the end of the year. I mean, it's only week 2, so we'll get 1 or 2 more games in. Don't know where we'll end up. Planning on going back to Kansas City. That's our favorite team. Probably go there, and we're thinking about October when these Texans go up there. But never know where we'll be, so subscribe and find out.